Welcome back to the Print 3D channel. Today is January 20th, and that means day 20 of the 3DP 365 project. And on today's episode, we're going to show you how I printed out this cute little money cat, so stick around. Welcome back, and thank you for joining me here for day 20 of the 3DP 365 project. If you're unfamiliar with the project, check out the description below. I put a fact section down at the bottom that'll give you all the details. But for today's episode, we printed out the money cat. And for this print, we use MatterHackers PRO PLA in the color of light blue on our gMax 1.5 XT+. While browsing around on Thingiverse, I came across the money cat. This is a very cool little model that supposedly brings wealth, so I just had to print one of these. And there's a lot of detail on this model, and it does require a little bit of support. So let's head over to Thingiverse and I'll show you where to download the model. Then we'll tab over to Simplify 3D and I'll show you my settings for this print. Then we'll fire up some of that time-lapse footage and I'll meet you guys back here at the workbench. Okay, so here we are at Thingiverse. Here is the money cat, or Miniki Neko. I believe I'm saying that right. And I'll put the link down in the description so you can download and print this yourself. And this is a very cool little model and it's very popular. As you can see, it's been collected quite a few times and printed quite a few times. And of course, we've already printed ours. So let's tab over to Simplify 3D and I'll show you the settings for this print. Alright, so here we are in Simplify 3D and I've dropped the model down on the print bed at 100%, the same as we printed it. And I did add support to my model because I believe there was a few areas that needed a little bit of help. So let's check out my process settings. Under layer height, we did a 0.16 millimeter layer height with 3 top solid layers and 3 bottom solid layers and 3 perimeters. Under start points, we selected choose start point closest to a specific location. And by default, this came up at 300 millimeters. So this should put the seam in the back of the model. We did run a brim by entering 0 in the skirt offset for 4 outlines. For infill, I used 20% on this little model. And we did use support material. For temperature, this is MatterHackers PRO PLA, and I drift between 200 and 208. For this model, we used 207. For cooling, I used a 2-stage cooling. On the first 2 layers, the fan will be off completely, and then on the 3rd layer, it'll kick up to 75%. And for speed, we printed this at 35 millimeters per second. So let's hit prepare to print and show you how it slices. And there you go. And let's play this through so you can see how it prints. And it is hollow inside, so it can be used for a lot of different things. And of course, that little hand there is going to be printed solely on support in the beginning. And this little paw here, I think, needs a little help, so I added support there too. So let's fire up some of that time-lapse footage, and I'll meet you guys back at the workbench, and we'll talk about the print. Okay, so that was a cool little bit of time-lapse footage, and here is the money cat, and I'll put some close-ups in at the end like I always do. But this print turned out perfect. There is really nothing wrong with this print at all. Yes, the paw was created solely on support right at the bottom here, and it's a little bit rough, but that's expected. And along the back, I had my seam set to align, as you saw in my settings in Simplify 3D. But other than that, this print is 100% awesome. I love this little money cat. And hopefully he'll bring me some wealth too. And there's enough detail on this print that you could actually print this much larger, but we printed ours at just 100%. And speaking of support, all the support in the middle came right out. It's perfectly clean inside there. So this is a 100% print. I'm really happy with this one. So thank you for joining me here for day 20 of the 3DP 365 project. I hope you found this episode interesting. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, comment, like, and share those videos. And join me again tomorrow on the very next episode of the 3DP 365 project. This guy is really cute and he came out so good. He's one of my new test print models.